Hey guys, it's Maymay and look at this mess I have going. Welcome to another Scripture Art Journal week. This is going to be fun to play with. This week's scripture is from Matthew 22:39 and it says, love your neighbor as yourself. That's the NIV version. That's the one I'm going to use today. And I really like this one, and I was almost instantly inspired on this one because I love the idea of neighbors. I love the idea of houses, and I thought this would be super fun. I've wanted to do this for a while and I've never really played with it, and you know what? Here's what I have said to myself. I'm going to play, and whatever it does, and I'm going to put it in my journal, and that's it. I'm not going to stress over if I don't like how it looks, changing it or anything. I'm just going to use it. So here's what I did. I went through my scrap drawer and found all these scraps from different projects I've done, which I think are super fun, and I pulled those out, and they don't all match. Some of them work together, some don't. That's fine. And this piece was in there. It was actually a little bit bigger than this, but I was able to cut it down to 8 by 10, 8 by 10 and a half. So it's going to be a little shy for my book, but that's okay. So this is going to be the background I work on. Now what I want to do is I want to create a little row of houses, and I'm thinking maybe 3 little houses down here. And using these papers, these different patterns, not this one, I think I'm going to save this for my sentiment, but these different patterns to make little houses with. Something like about this size, maybe, with a little like roof on it. I think that's super cute. And I'm just going to freehand them. Like, I'm going to play with my scissors and freehand these little houses. This little wood grain is super cute. Let's use that for a house. And so like this will be a house right there. Okay, and let's see if I can pick another one of these that's already cut down to size. Not the white. These may all be white on the back. They are. That kind of blends in a little bit much, so let's see what else I got. How about an orange house? I like that. So if I want them to all match, I'm going to take this and just use it as a template and get them all the same size. And you don't have to. You can totally have them in different sizes. The houses on my street are all different. And I'm just cutting away like so. So there's 2 little house bases. What's on the back of that? That's kind of cute too, but I think I'll stick with this one. And then I've got this green that would be really cute for here as a house, but I still want it to be the same size. I still can't get away from my symmetry issue. I like everything to be pretty symmetrical. So cut this down, and we'll have our house bases all done. So there's our 3 houses. I think that's cute. Now let's do some roofs, and those can be pretty much any old pattern, can't they? Let's see. And like I said, I don't want anything to match. You see how I'm just kind of willy-nilly? This is a cute one for a roof, so let's cut this and see what we get. And I'm just freehanding this, just kind of guessing. Not going to stress over it. So that one can go there. Cute. Alright, let's make another roof. I really want to use this. It would be cute on this orange or this green. I think I like it on the orange, so let's use this one. This kind of stuff is fun because you're just playing. I need to make that one a little bit skinnier. I don't want to lose the peak, but it's a little too wide. That will work. Cute. They look like big arrows, don't they? I think they do. And let's find a roof for this dude. That could be cute as its roof. Let me cut an angle. And then cut an angle. So there's 3 little houses. Those are cute, aren't they? Alright, so I'm going to glue these into place, but before I do that, I'm thinking I might want to put something behind them to make them pop a little more off of that paper. By the way, do you notice that the paper has XOXO, like love? I thought that was a cute little way to put that in there. Here's some black. This black might look cool under it. I'm going to cut some of that to put down there. Do I want black? I don't know. Let me try craft. I got a piece of craft over here too. I think I like the craft. I'm going to put that underneath it. So move my little houses out of the way. And cut a piece of this to size. And I'm being very lazy because I don't even want to get out my trimmer. So lazy. That's alright. I just want to play. This is more play into me. This reminds me of like being a kid and just building things. One Sunday, I'll tell you, I went to church, and like I only go on one Sunday, but I went to church. I showed up at church one Sunday morning, and there was a little guy in my classroom. He is the cutest little guy, one of my little students, and he had found a stapler and he was playing, and so I let him finish playing, and when he finished, he picked up this piece of paper, and he had stapled arms and legs to it and a big head, and he had this little person, and I thought that was so cute, and he was just playing, waiting on me to get to class, so I thought that was cute. So sometimes we need to just play. Alright, so that can be our background for our houses so that they'll show up even better. Now, I'm probably really pushing it here, but I have this border punch that looks like trees, and I think this might be cute. I don't know. We'll see. Again, just playing, so we'll see how this works. I'll put this guy in here and punch. Then move it down. Let me turn this over so I can see what I'm doing. I think this might be cute to have a little row of trees sticking out up there. So that little dude was hard to line up. He wasn't the easiest. So I have that laying there with little trees. They're hard to see, but I know what they are. Little trees up there. And then we'll put our little houses down here. Just like so. That's a good little separation. At least it's not just a straight line there. I think it looks better. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to ink the edges of all of these guys. And I'm going to ink pretty heavy. I want you to really see the inking on them. So let me find something to use. This is handy, so I'll use it. Again, in the vein of playing, I'm just going to grab whatever I can reach. And fortunately, this ink pad is brand new, this vintage photo, so it's really wet, so it's not taking me too much to get that heavy ink look I want. Heavy and messy is what I'm looking for. Isn't it fun to do messy? Messy's easy. So that's the houses inked. I think I'm going to ink this just a little bit at the top, just to make it kind of match. It's probably going to make them not be quite as obvious, but I still want it to match. And even though it won't make much difference just looking at it, I'm going to ink this background page too, because it will make a difference, especially to me when I'm looking at it, to know I have an inked edge to match everything else I did. Now, I'm going to glue some of this down to get us started. Kind of clean up some of the mess we got going here. We, like y'all made it. I made this mess. Alright, so I'm going to glue this guy down first. Y'all like that? That's cute. It's probably really difficult for you to see, but up close you can really see that. It looks cute. Now let's glue these houses down. I'm going to start with this center one. And go from there. Put this guy in the middle. Something like that. And I'm not being very precise. I really am trying to be kind of sloppy with this. Because I want that, I don't think it's really folk art look. It might be. I just want that kind of loose, thrown together look, which I don't do very well. I'm the person who needs to color in the lines and all that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to branch out a little bit. So I'm still lining these houses up perfect. They're a little bit off, but I'm trying to branch out and move around a little bit and get used to not having to have everything where it goes and be so perfect all the time. So it's fun to try new stuff like that, or at least it has been for me so far. And I enjoy pushing, pushing myself. Tell me below if you're that person that has to have things right where they go, and has to have everything in order. My mom is that person. Everything has a place and every place has a thing, which I'm that way too at home, but I feel that way at home. I'm not going to tell you we do that all the time. But in art, sometimes we can get so bogged down with, this has to look so perfectly realistic. But it doesn't. I like the fun look. Look how cool that looks. I love that. Okay, so now I want to do some little, whatever kind of embellishments to my houses I want to do. How about some chimneys? Let's cut a few chimneys. And I'm just going to use little strips of paper to do that. Here's one strip. And I'm going to cut just about like that. That may be too long, but we'll see. No, that's cute. Okay, and then let's cut some for the other houses. Because if one house has a chimney, they all will, right? Usually. There's a little stubby chimney. And how about one of these colors? I've used that color already. Let's use a different color. Let's use this blue. This will be cute. Just do that. Now I'm going to ink them again. Now I think maybe a door for each little house. That'll be cute. And I've got some more. These are all just scraps that I brought over, remember? Here's some orange. Let's do an orange door for this first little house. So just do a little door like that. And that can go right here. Cute. And then let's do a green one for this little house. This is really fun. It's almost like coloring with paper. It's just super fun. Let's do a navy one for this little house. And I really don't feel bad about using tiny pieces of paper like this because I literally pulled this from my scrap drawer. These are pieces that I have cut off and used before, and so they're getting a new life, and I think that's cool. And glue the little doors down. I'm going to put them in different places, like this one can be over here. And this one can be in the middle or to the side. Let's put it to this side. And then this one can go in the middle. Look how cute those are. I think I'm going to add some windows real quick, doing the same thing. So I have this little strip. So let's cut one like this. And then just because, look, I got to do it. I'm going to line it up and cut another one. So that can be 2 little windows for this little house. Cute enough. And let's do yellow windows on this greenhouse. I'm going to cut this one kind of in half. I may have to cut a little more off that. They're a little too long. So little yellow ones here. Cute. And let's do more square ones for this one so they're not the same size. Let me find a piece. Okay, we'll glue these down. This is probably going to be one of my favorite pages I've ever done because I'm just allowing myself to play. And I'll have fond memories of this because I'm not trying to fit a mold or do anything perfect. This is going to be a fun one to look back on. And for my sentiment, I'm going to handwrite it. And the reason I'm just going to use my handwriting and write it like a note to myself. Because it's important that we remind ourselves that we should love our neighbor as ourselves. And I'm going to treat it like a reminder for me that that's like a note to myself. So that's how I'm going to do that at the top. Almost like a caption bubble. I might even do a caption bubble. We'll see how that looks. So there's our little houses put down, and they are super cute. And something I wanted to do, when I saw this yellow piece of paper, I thought I want to make this a sun kind of coming out in the corner here. So I'm going to freehand kind of a sun shape. And I don't need all this paper, so I'm going to cut some away. And we're just going to see how this goes. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to try it. If it's not okay, we can punt. We can do something else, but we'll see what we get. So I just kind of played around and did it like that, and let's see how I want it to do. That's what I was afraid of. It wasn't a very thick piece of paper, but I think if I stick it down here and then cut away the excess, so let's see. Let's flip this over and cut away what I don't need and see what we look like. I think it gives us the feel of the sun. It's not perfect, but I kind of like it. I'm going to ink it up and use it. This has been a fun one. All right, now let's talk about the caption bubble. I wanted to use this blue because I think it's right. It kind of looks like the sky. It's really bright. And I'm thinking I'm going to write on it first and then cut it out. Let me clean up a little bit and we'll do that. So I just got a plain old marker and I'm just going to write on here the scripture. I'm going to go ahead and put the reference at the bottom, and that is Matthew 22:39. So I'm going to go here. So I have that there. And then up here I'm going to write, love your, and the neighbor. I'm making sure love your neighbor. Yep. I told y'all I check, check, and recheck. And this one says, as yourself. So I really did just want that to be in my handwriting, like a note to myself to never forget that. And then, let's cut it out. I'm going to do the whole kind of bubble thing I've shown you before. How I just sort of let my scissors create kind of a bubble. Just by swerving them and waving them around a little bit. There we go. So So I have that done. And that's going to go right here in this corner. I really like this, y'all. It's simple. It was kind of quick. I mean, picking out papers was the hardest part, and I did that before we got together because I knew that would take a minute. And all I did was pick out colors that I thought might go together. I wasn't real picky about it either. And then let's put this little guy right here. Just like that. I love it. Let's put it in the book. It's going on this side right here. Oh, that's going to fit good. Very good. Okay. Now don't forget to love your neighbor as yourself. Tell me some things you do to kind of show people how much you care for them and you love them. Tell me in the comments below. Do you do fun little pay it forward projects? Is there something maybe you do at your church to share love? I love to hear what people are doing to help each other out and to show that they love each other. It means a lot to know that other people out there care and that we are doing what the commands are, to love God and to love others. Look how cute. I love it. I think this is one of my favorite pages. I can't believe that because I would never have thought to do this. This was just a little thing that popped in my head and I thought, okay, I'll try it because it's not like me. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you again next week for more of our scripture art journaling. Now real quick, if you're new to scripture art journaling, I've had a lot of new people watching the videos and I just want to fill you in a little bit. We have a Facebook group called Hide His Word in My Heart. I'll put a link to that below. Matter of fact, there's a link to all my social medias below. You can head over to the Facebook group and that's where we share our journal pages. We share prayer requests. We share praise reports. We share Christian things that are just uplifting and can support us from day to day. So if you're interested in joining that Facebook group, head on over to the link and just request to join and we will approve you that way and you'll be joined up. And then once you do that, when you make your scripture art journal pages, you can upload them there for everybody to see. Now, if you're wondering about what kind of journal you need, it's any kind you want. And there's an original video on the Facebook page that kind of walks you through how to get started. There is a form that has all of the scriptures that we've done so far. So if you want to get started with us, just head on over there. Ask any questions. Don't be shy. We love when we have new people come in and we will answer all your questions. And for all you guys that have been with me since day one, reminder for you, leave in the comments below, what do you do to show people that you love them? I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.